everyone, this is Alan back here again with another video. Today we're looking at the first look at the BMW iX pre-production in Aventurine red. Okay guys, so this is the new key for the BMW iX. So you've got the rondelle at the top here, which still locks the vehicle, and we've got unlock, hatch release, panic button, and is there a fail-safe button inside? And it looks like there is. Hold on, let's try to do it with one hand. Ah, wait, whoa, the whole thing came apart. Okay, I didn't mean to take the whole thing apart. Oh, I see. The fail-safe key is inside like that. Ah, that's different. Cool. Okay, well that's the key. Let me put it back together. I just can't do it with one hand. Okay, so part of the Electrified Tour Canada, we have the BMW iX here in pre-production for the first time in Aventurine 3 Metallic. So let me just give you guys a quick walk around so we can take a look at this car and we'll get very in depth. So these are now the new style headlights. These are apparently the thinnest headlights ever on a BMW. And we've got that infamous double kidney grille with the self-healing clear coat, meaning that if it has some light scratches with some heat, it will be able to heal, believe it or not. And we've got this new design going into the air ducts on the side, which will go to the brakes. And down here, we've got the tow hook entry, some sensors. Really like the design on this. You can see it's BMW laser in there, and we've got that blue accent there just so that we are able to know that that is what is on this vehicle. And we just want to take a look also. So this is the new port for washer fluid, and we can no longer actually open the hood because this is all electronic components underneath here. So the only one thing that we needed to access was the washer fluid, which we access now underneath the BMW rondelle. So that is pretty cool. So we've got the blue M Sport brakes with the blue surround on the BMW center cap. We've got 22-inch wheels on here. And we've got this nice cutting body line that goes all the way around the fender arch. Just kind of squares it off, which is a little bit different from most BMW designs. And we've got this black lower side skirt area. And this is the first time we've seen a BMW that doesn't have really sharp body lines cutting, and it's very smooth and elegant. Now, if we look at the side mirror, so you'll see we've got this gold accent that goes across out into the side mirror. Now, because this is the pre-production model, I don't know, this is kind of not in place, but that's okay. You've got the signal indicator just on the side here, a little one just on the side, and you've got the blind spot detection right here. Now we've also got the new style door handle, where on the inside there's a thing here, comfort access button on the outside, and if you look at this, this is where you put your key now for the fail-safe if you lock yourself out or you've got the dead battery. So once we open the door, it does have a welcome light carpet that mimics the design of the front grille, which is really cool. And we're gonna look at some other stuff in a minute, but I was just excited to talk about the door handle. Now if we get back over here to the back of the vehicle, we can start to see some of the other details on the vehicle. So we've got the iX logo embossed onto the black part of the C-pillar. Now if we look at the roof, I'm definitely going to show you that from the inside, but you can see that it's all blacked out right now. This is the back of the vehicle. We've got the rear wiper blade. The new style rear tail lights look really good. They are somewhat three-dimensional in here. You've got the BMW rondelle at the back with the backup camera, and I've understood that every 5 times you pull the washer fluid nozzle, this will actually come out and spray the little camera here. We've got over here, sorry I missed that, we've got the iX badge here in gold, and on this side it says xDrive50. Now down in the lower part you see some high gloss black. You've got the reflectors with the rear diffusers. There's no actual exhaust tips. You've got the rear sensors here, rear parking sensors, the tow hook entry in the rear, and another rear diffuser. Overall, the car looks really, really good. Okay, so we had a lot of excitement today with this vehicle being here, so we did have to plug it in. It is charging right now, but we do have these new style release things for the ports underneath here. We have the same legend that we've had on all our previous plug-in hybrids and such. So that is all pretty well the same, and this port still remains on the passenger side of the car. So that's really cool. And car overall looks really, really good. Now we're back at the back of the vehicle, so there's a micro switch underneath here. So this hatch, because it's temperamental, being a pre-production model, I'm glad that this time it actually went all the way up. So you have this style cargo cover in the two separate pieces as opposed to the pull-out design. Now up here you've just got the one button, you don't have the one to lock, which is different, but this is pre-production, so maybe that's going to change. Now I also just want you to see how it opens from the back. So you've actually got these lights here. So these lights are there so that if you have the hatch open, oncoming traffic, other people will still be able to see that you're there with the hatch open for safety reasons. And over here we've got the elastic band. We've got the tie down areas, 4 corners. We've got the emergency release glow in the dark handle. Now these fold down seat things have changed in terms of how it looks, and it actually is labeled as right and left. And this grocery bag hanger has a new design, and the cover for the 12-volt plug has a new design. Now underneath here, this is where we'll find charging cables and such, air compressor, but you can also lift this portion up and it stays up. Now I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna imagine you can take these things out and probably fit them under here. Maybe we'll try it later if we get some more time, but that's pretty well what this looks like back here, just like so. Now let's try pushing the button, and it is working. It's probably because we got it plugged in. Now when I look at the passenger door handle, there's nothing underneath there. And the rear doors actually have the same thing, but there's nothing underneath there. So I'm going to imagine pre-production. So this is just the design of the door handle, so they just used it on all 4. Now you'll see that there is an ambient light strip in there, so that's actually the ambient light color that we've chosen. Now with the seats folded down, I can just lift them up with a little bit of muscle, just like in other BMWs. I don't have enough strength to do it from this side, so let me go to the other side. Now with the seats up, so I want you to see that there's some lighting controls up here. It looks like you've got some speakers, so this is with the Bowers and Wilkins, and it has the speaker grill actually has kind of the same design as the front grill. Now back here we do have the armrest with the new style cup holder that comes out this way. Maybe that's actually the old style if you think about it. Now, sorry, I forgot to show this. Pass through the center. Now what's this down here? Ah, look at that. So there is the lower anchors and tethers for child safety seats. You pull this, it pulls that up, exposing them. So that's kind of a different design. That's kind of neat. These headrests on the outside, they're fixed. The center one does go up and down, and there's a button at the side you can press so that you can retain your sight lines. Now, as a passenger in the rear of the iX, in front of me, I have 2 USB Type-C charging ports, the accessory port that we've seen on a lot of X5s, X6s, and X7s. You have the storage place there. Now down here I see some vents, and I see the ambient light shining on the vents, so that looks really cool. The back of the center console, you've got some vents here. Rear climate controls, including rear heated seats. And then down here, there's actually space, and there's no hump in the middle. And on the back of the passenger seat, the same type of thing. And we've got this interesting little window here. That's kind of cool. Now, you also have the vents on the back of the B-pillars, the coat hangers here, and you have a little coat hanger thing here. So that's kind of cool. And I think for the back seat area, this is pretty well all that there is to talk about. Actually, wait. So, you have the Bowers and Wilkins. This is the door handle. So, look, I'm locked in. There's the window control, but underneath here, there's a manual release. Uh-oh. I think the child safety's on, so maybe I can't get out of here. Nope, I'll go it the other way. Okay, so now entering from the passenger side. So I want you to see this. We've got this carbon fiber reinforced plastic tub going all the way around, just like we saw in the i3 and the i8. So the reason why we have these materials here is because carbon fiber reinforced with plastic is much cheaper than pure carbon fiber, and carbon fiber is more rigid than steel and very light. So in terms of a vehicle like this, it's the perfect combination. Now you can see that there's no power seat controls on the side anymore for this clean appearance, and they've moved them over here, which is very reminiscent of Benz. Now this is obviously the back, this is the bottom. Unlock, lock, open the door, and then you've got the emergency handle down here. You've got the little door handle, and there are some finger grooves here. Interesting. And you've got your memory seats there. Now you'll notice also on the dash, you've got this olive logo, because what they've done is they've stained all the leather using olives, apparently, for better sustainability. It's much cheaper and more efficient to do that. Now inside of here, this is our first look at the BMW Idrive 8 system with this huge curved display. This looks fantastic. It's updated. I'm gonna have to definitely spend some time with this, and I'll probably end up making another video just showing Idrive 8 in and of itself. Now behind the Idrive 8, just want you to see how it's mounted there, and it's very flat across here. Now we'll notice we no longer have the programmable memory buttons, and we just have max front defrost and rear defrost and your four-way flashers here. So everything will now be found in the iDrive system. Now down here, there's a button you can press that opens the glove box. And down in the center here, so it looks like there's a wireless charger or a communication pad. Haven't tested it out yet. There's two USB Type-C charging ports. You have a 12-volt plug, and you've got your cup holders. And up here with this wood finish and glass, so you've got your start-stop button. You've got your new style gear selector here, which is different. And it looks like
that function is currently not available.
Oh, okay. The Idrive controller now, so it still rotates, but instead of tilting, it actually slides to the left and right, up and down, versus tilting. So that's different. And they moved the home button from the center, which is going to take me some time to get used to. And I don't know if this is a little phone holding spot. That's what it looks like right here. I think that's a little phone holding spot. Now you have your volume controls here. Oh, licensed music, not good. And then we have fast forward. What's my modes? Okay. We're gonna take a closer look at that afterwards. Now if I press this button here, it opens up the center console, and inside that center console you have some space. Let me just take a look deeper inside. Is there anything else in here? No, there is not. So let me get over to the driver's side, but before I go there, I just want to point out the side of the steering column has changed in design a little bit. The wiper stock has changed in design, but it looks like it still has the exact same functionality as the previous vehicles. Let me get over to the driver's side next. Okay, so now we're entering from the driver's side. So over here, we've got the button that makes it so only the driver has control over the windows. All four window controls are one touch up and down. You now have an individual left and right side mirror and a folding button and the control in the center. And then just like on the passenger side, we've got the seat controls here. Bowers and Wilkins, we have unlock, lock, this. We have the hatch release, and we have the emergency manual door opening. Now you'll notice down here, so that's, I'm guessing, for the lights. That's off. Not 100% sure what that button is, and the person said since this is pre-prod, it may not actually do anything. And we can still see carbon fiber reinforced plastic going all the way around the inside, so that's really cool. Now let's get into the driver's seat, take a look. So I don't see a heads-up display yet, but maybe we can get that activated. But this is Idrive 8. It's saying, oh man, we're at 3%. This thing definitely needs a charge. I'll put some statistics in the comments, in the description below about charging times and such. So over here, signal indicators, I think that pretty well works the same way as it always did, right? I can kind of see the reflection of it blinking over there. I'll take a look at it afterwards from the outside. So we've still got cruise control on the left side of the steering wheel, and it looks like we've got radio controls. I wonder what this one does. Okay, didn't do anything. I'm going to imagine we still have the scroll wheel, and then you can tilt this left and right, and this is still for volume up and down. So that is pretty cool. And other than that, let's take a look through this iDrive menu. So if we click on menu, so we've got charging, climate control, debug, device manager, displays, doors and windows. Let's go to displays, and let's see if we can get this heads up display going. Okay, so there it is. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but I've got the brightness set to max, and it's just showing your speed, so in kilometers per hour. And then, okay, so we also, if I go to climate control, I just want to see what we've got here. So heated steering wheel on and off. That looks like it's the heat. Now this vehicle also doesn't actually have that many fans to blow heat. It actually has heated sections where it just kind of heats that area of the vehicle, so it uses less energy to do that, and it actually works really well. It looks like we've got heated seat, ventilated seat, fan up and down. We're gonna have to learn a lot more about this. So this looks like all driver side stuff, and then this looks like all passenger side stuff based on the way that it's laid out. So that's kind of different. We've got automatic programming, auto air recirculation, and then when we go to settings, it looks like we're able to set the seat heating distribution. The armrest will also heat just like in the X5, X6, X7. And it looks like you can do that pretty well for both the front passenger seats and rear climate. And for preconditioning, it looks like you can still set a departure plan just like you could in the previous models. So that is pretty cool. Debug. What is in debug? Enable extended performance tracing. Okay. Device manager. Okay, so it looks like a bunch of people have connected their phones here before. Displays we were just in, so took a look at the heads-up display, instrument clusters, so display advanced driver assist view. Okay, that's cool. Converted speed, so you can get miles per hour readout. Okay, everything here looks as it should, I think. Control display, let's just put the brightness to max at night. What's in system settings? Date and time. So why are we in Halifax? We're not in Halifax. Let's go to the correct time zone. So we'll pick Toronto, Montreal, and I'll click automatic time settings. I don't know if that's actually going to work over here because this is a pre-prod. Personal assistant. So wake word is still hello BMW, and you got to log in to set a personal wake word, which is normal. Man, there's a lot of stuff here. Units. Okay. Time period for trip data. Sound. So this one has, because it's Bowers and Wilkins, you have sound profiles. So studio, concert, on stage and rear. Immersive sound. Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to have to play around with some of this stuff. Now, experience the sound. Oh, wow. So this is this Bowers and Wilkins sound demo. Okay guys, so that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure my camera did not pick it up the way that it sounded in here, but it sounded insane. So yeah, that was pretty cool. What else do we have here? Okay, all that good stuff and audio confirmation. All right, perfect. Now, gesture control. Do we have any new gestures? Two finger, show 505. It doesn't look like. Point and bring back, swipe side to side. Okay, this looks like all the gestures are the same. It just has a more in-depth menu for the gestures than before. Touchpad, so ability to write stuff on the top of the Idrive controller, that's still there. Wireless charging tray. Okay. The only thing I'm going to have to say about this Idrive 8 is that it is definitely a little bit more complicated looking, but I don't think it actually is. I just think that they just have too many things in one menu that makes it look like it's kind of overwhelming. So, undesired theft warning. Tilt alarm sensor and interior movement detector from the alarm system will be turned. Okay, that's interesting. Lock unlock. So basically, I guess what happens when you press the buttons on the key. Now, this ambient light strip that's here as well, I've heard that it'll do different things. So if the phone rings, it'll flash, or if you lock or unlock the car, it'll do things. So that's kind of cool. Let's see what else here. Fold mirrors, unlock, flash headlights, unlock doors at end of trip. Lock after a short time, so if you press unlock, nobody opens the door, it'll relock itself. Standby mode when doors are open at the end of the trip. The displays are put into standby mode when the doors. So this is lock when you walk away with the key, unlock when you approach, set up a digital key, vehicle key. So I have to actually go grab the key because I understand that it looks a little bit different. Tailgate, so you can adjust the opening height, open and close with your foot. Okay, so these menus, they actually are familiar, but they're just all in one place, which is different. Now, driving settings, so driver assistance, drivetrain and chassis, charging. Okay, we'll look at that, but I want to look at this. So for ambient lighting, or sorry, this is exterior lighting still. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so that's kind of cool. No, I need interior lighting. This is where I need to go. So let's take a look at this. So we have background light, and here's the color. So this is where the color is showing up the best. So let me go through the different colors. So we have Vision Bronze. I think it's supposed to say bronze, but it says bronze. See? Vision Bronze. Showtime Yellow. That looks kind of cool. And then we have Mars Red, and then we have Fanatic Pink, and then we have Quiet Time. We have a Quiet Time. I think it said Quiet Time White in the other car. And then we have In the Moment, and then we have Night Ride Green, and then we have Sunset Drive, then we have Electrifying Blue. So that's kind of cool. Whoops, pick the same one again. Now, let's get back to what's on the screen here. So, we've got background light, accent lighting, reduce for nighttime driving, no thanks, lighting events, so welcome, safety and warnings, locking, unlocking, speakers, incoming calls, and charging. So, that's what those light shows will do, and steering wheel lighting, so light elements. Okay, so it's kind of the same as lights that were on the steering wheel before. So, cockpit brightness at night, let's just put that to max. Live vehicle, what's this? Tire pressure monitor, check control messages, service. Okay, so that's kind of like what was vehicle status before. My modes. So I saw the My Modes button down here by the Idrive controller. So it's active, sport, and efficient. So if you go to sport, what happens? Dynamic. Okay, so these are your driving modes, but they just called it My Modes now. Now for parking, so there is the parking view. So that's your rear view camera. That looks pretty similar to what we've seen in the past. Now the assist view. Apparently that there's some type of AR overlay for parking and for navigation, and then the panorama view. So that is the 180-degree view of the rear. So I'm sure that if you go into the into drive, you could see also the same thing from the front, just like you could on all the other cars. So that's kind of cool. Seat comfort, system settings. Let's just see what's going on here. Okay, we've been through all this stuff, so that's pretty cool. Now there's one last thing I want to show you guys. And it's right here.
Sorry, buddy.
So up here, if you want to look at this, so this is the sunroof. Right now, it's with the sunshade open. So there's a button right here that if I press this, it will apparently, so now it is blocked, now it's open. So take a look at how cool that is. So there's no longer a motorized sunshade. It's just basically an LCD screen that goes opaque or transparent when you press it. So that is really cool. Now there's also a camera up here for not only security reasons, so if there's any type of theft or anything like that, it can take a video or picture from inside the car. But you can also take a family selfie if you wish, or you can look in the car to see, hey, did I leave my laptop there or what have you? So that is all really cool. Now the only thing I don't see here is any way to actually open the sunroof. So I guess it's just this thing here that makes it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Up here we've got Bowers & Wilkins speakers. So there is 30 speakers here. I understand that there's 4 speakers just in the headrest of each seat. That is the same as before. You've got the microphone up here, and I think that's pretty well everything that I can talk about that I can see in here. So I think I've spent enough time with this vehicle. Other people want to see it, so I'm sorry that I'm hogging it, but let's take one final look at it from the side view. Car looks really good. Okay, so for those of you who want to see what the lights look like, we're going to test out the lights. So brake, that's what the brake lights look like. Okay, that's what the left turn indicator looks like, and that is what the right turn indicator looks like from the rear. Okay, so we'll take a look at the lights from the front as well. So let's see the signals. All right, driver's side, and then the passenger side. And can we get the lights, the low beams on? 59 for that one. Yeah. Okay, look at that. So these are the new style lights. So you'll see not only do we have these lights up here, but there's a light strip towards the back behind the blue laser light strip. So that's what it looks like. Now if we look at the air duct just down here, this pattern here, you know, it's funny, it actually reminds me of the driving style analysis image that you have on Idrive 7. So I wonder if there's anything to do with that, because I mean, with the iX being an electric car, I'm sure one of the focuses is fuel economy. So I don't know if there's any type of design focus with that at all. Okay, so this is the driving style analysis thing that I'm talking about that kind of reminds me of the lower air ducts on the iX. Alright, so that was our first look at the 2022 BMW iX. So I really like the car now that I've seen it. I think it's a really, really cool car. I think for all those people looking at Tesla Model X's, they should really consider the BMW iX. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.